welcome to Midday Update. Coming up are the headlines for the day. Ministry of Heritage and Tourism visits waterfront development project in Dhofar. Taxpayers urged to update data in authorities' electronic portal. New job opportunities announced in South Albatana Governorate. Indian comedian Raju Srivastav dies after being on ventilator for over a month. Angelina Jolie visits Pakistan to support people affected by floods. We extended around $4 billion aid this year, says India on financial support to Sri Lanka. Hale smashes 50 on international cricket return and helps England coast a 6-wicket win over Pakistan. UEFA approves Euro 2024 qualifying draw procedure. Those were the headlines. Now for the local stories for the day. The Ministry of Heritage and Tourism has paid a field visit to follow up on the construction works at the waterfront development project Al Husn and Al Hafa markets in Dhofar Governorate. A statement issued online by the ministry said the following. At the outset of the visit of His Excellency Salim bin Mohammed Al Maharouki, the Minister of Heritage and Tourism to the Government of Dhofar, His Excellency this morning paid a field visit to follow up on the construction works at the waterfront development project Al Husn and Al Hafa markets in the Wilayat of Salalah, which is being implemented by the Muscat National Development and Investment Company Assas. The tax authority has urged the taxpayers to update the data of their institutions in the authority's electronic portal. The tax authority notes that the taxpayers should update the communication data of their institutions when they access the tax authority's portal www.taxoman.gov.om. We appreciate your cooperation to update this data that will allow you to access the electronic services provided by the tax authority in the future, the authority said in a statement. A number of job vacancies have been announced in the private sector institutions that are operating in South Albatana Governorate. The Ministry of Labour, represented by the Directorate General of Labour in the South Albatana Governorate, announces the availability of job opportunities in the private sector institutions operating in the Governorate through the Job Opportunity Services on the Ministry's website www.mol.gov.om/job, the Labour Ministry said in a statement. The list of jobs includes language teacher, security guard, whole vehicles driver, auditor and marketing specialist. Those are the local stories. We'll take a short break and we'll be back with international news. Stay tuned.
Oman's largest online supermarket now has no minimum order limit. From grocery to household items, Rafiq has everything that you want. Enjoy worry-free shopping with over 8,000 products to choose from and get it delivered straight to your doorstep. Rafiq, you order, we deliver.
Welcome back to Midday Update. Now for the international stories. Comedian Raju Srivastav died in Delhi on Wednesday at the age of 58, his family said. Srivastav was admitted to AIIMS Delhi on August 10th after he experienced chest pain and collapsed while working out at the gym. He underwent an angioplasty the same day. Srivastav has been working in the entertainment industry since the late 1980s and received recognition after participating in the first season of the stand-up comedy show The Great Indian Laughter Challenge in 2005. Hollywood star Angelina Jolie on Tuesday arrived in Pakistan to support people affected by the devastating floods in the country. According to sources, the Salt actor landed in Dadu, Pakistan and will hear from people affected directly about their needs and about steps to prevent such suffering in the future. International humanitarian Angelina Jolie is visiting Pakistan to support communities affected by the devastating floods. Heavy rains and floods across the country have impacted 33 million people and submerged one-third of the country underwater. Angelina Jolie is visiting to witness and gain an understanding of the situation and to hear from people affected directly about their needs and about steps to prevent such suffering in the future, the report said, citing a release of International Rescue Committee or IRC. Jolie, who previously visited victims of the 2010 floods in Pakistan and the 2005 earthquake, will visit the IRC's emergency response operations and local organizations assisting displaced people, including Afghan refugees. Jolie will highlight the need for urgent support for the Pakistani people and long-term solutions to address the multiplying crisis of climate change, human displacement, and protracted insecurity we are witnessing globally, the IRC release added. The monsoon rains have claimed more than 1,000 lives across Pakistan since June and unleashed powerful floods that have washed away swathes of vital crops and damaged or destroyed more than 1 million homes. According to the authorities, the death toll has reached 1,559, including 551 children and 318 women, and viral diseases such as malaria, dengue fever, diarrhea, and skin infections have wreaked havoc across provinces as the water starts to recede. The record monsoons and heavy floods have affected 33 million people and are estimated to have caused $30 billion of damage. India on Tuesday responded to a media query regarding reports on no further financial support from New Delhi to Colombo, stating that it has extended around $4 billion in bilateral assistance this year for the people of Sri Lanka. Responding to a media query, the spokesperson of the High Commission of India in Colombo also advocated other bilateral and multilateral partners supporting Sri Lanka expeditiously in its current economic difficulties. We have seen the relevant media reports. We would like to emphasize that India has extended unprecedented bilateral assistance amounting close to $4 billion this year for ameliorating the difficulties faced by the people of Sri Lanka. India has also advocated other bilateral and multilateral partners supporting Sri Lanka expeditiously in its current economic difficulties, India and Sri Lanka said in a tweet. In a bid to sustain it from debt, India also extended its continuous support to Sri Lanka in all possible ways, particularly by promoting long-term investments from New Delhi in key economic sectors in Colombo for its early economic recovery and growth. We have also noted the conclusion of a staff-level agreement between IMF and Government of Sri Lanka. Its further approval within IMF is contingent upon inter alia on Sri Lanka's debut sustainability. We continue to be supportive of Sri Lanka in all possible ways, in particular by promoting long-term investments from India in key economic sectors in Sri Lanka for its early economic recovery and growth, the spokesperson of the High Commission also said. On August 22nd, India handed over 21,000 tons of fertilizer to its crisis-ridden neighbor. Highlighting India-Sri Lanka's close and long-standing relationship, the High Commission noted that the people of Sri Lanka continue to avail of scholarships for higher education and skills training in premier Indian institutions. In addition to our bilateral development cooperation projects in Sri Lanka, which cumulatively total about $3.5 billion, are ongoing. Sri Lankans also continue to avail at scholarships for higher education and skill trainings in premier Indian institutions. These aspects of our close and long-standing cooperation with Sri Lanka also contribute to the efforts for addressing Sri Lanka's current economic difficulties, it added. India, under its Neighbourhood First policy, has always come forward to help the debt-ridden island country. India has extended 8 lines of credit to Sri Lanka amounting to $1,850.64 million in the past 10 years. Those were the international stories. We'll take a short break and we'll be back with sports news. Stay tuned.
Oman's largest online supermarket now has no minimum order limit. From grocery to household items, Rafiq has everything that you want. Enjoy worry-free shopping with over 8,000 products to choose from and get it delivered straight to your doorstep. Rafiq, you order, we deliver.
Welcome back to Midday Update. Now for the sports news. Debutant pacer Luke Wood and a returning Alex Hales starred in England's comfortable 6-wicket win against Pakistan in the first T20 International of 7-match series in Karachi on Wednesday. With this victory, England are 1-0 up in the series. In the first innings, Pakistan posted 158 for 7 in their 20 overs, with notable contributions coming from openers Mohammad Rizwan 68 and skipper Babar Azam 31. Luke Wood impressed in his debut, not allowing the hosts to form big partnerships after the power play. Chasing 159, Alex Hales and youngster Harry Brook played great knocks to take England across the finishing line and winning the game by 6 wickets. Spinner Usman Qadir was a leading bowler for Pakistan. Ben Duckett helped Milan in keeping the scoreboard ticking, and they formed a 34-run stand too. Qadir got a second wicket, dismissing Duckett for 21 of 17 balls. Following this, young Yorkshire batter Brook joined Hales. Brook was playing with complete freedom and finding gaps and boundaries at will. Hales also completed his half-century on his return to international cricket after 2019. The 55-run stand between the duo ended after Hales was dismissed for 53 of 40 balls with 7 fours. Harris Shroff got Pakistan in the wicket with the space, but it was too late as Brook 42 and captain Moeen Ali 7 powered England to a 6-wicket win, finishing the inning at 160 for 4 in 19.2 overs. Earlier put to bat first by England, Pakistan got off to a fine start as openers Rizwan and Babar made the best use of power play, rotating strike easily and finding gaps for fours. At the end of 6 overs, Pakistan stood at 51 for 0 with Rizwan at 28 and Azam at 23. Spinner Adil Rashid dislodged Azam's stump, sending him back for 31 of 24 balls and ending the 85-run partnership between the duo. Rizwan brought up his half-century as well, but Haider Ali had fallen for just 11 to Sam Curran. Wood was the leading bowler for visitors with 3 for 24. Adil Rashid 2 for 27 also did well, while Ali and Curran took 1 scalp each. Wood was adjudged with the Man of the Match award for his spell. UEFA on Tuesday approved the procedure for the upcoming UEFA Euro 2024 qualifying draw, which will take place in Frankfurt on October 9th. A total of 53 teams will participate in the draw, which will allocate the participants to 10 groups, 7 groups of 5 teams and 3 groups of 6 teams, with the top 2 in each advancing, according to UEFA's official website. Euro 2024 host nation Germany qualify automatically for the final tournament and therefore do not feature in the draw. The remaining 3 places at the 2014 final tournament will be decided via playoffs to be contested in March 2024. Russia barred from taking part in Euro 2024, having been suspended from UEFA and FIFA competitions. Those are the local, international and sports stories for the day. For more updates, stay tuned and keep watching TTV.
You've just heard the live feed from the TTV studios on TFM 95.4. Let's talk.